Pornhub bans are back in the news. What does that mean for you? Hi, this is Lindy Kaiser with clearancejobs.com. We take and answer questions about everything here at Clearance Jobs, including Pornhub bans and what those mean to you. Pornography is not a typical part of the security clearance process. Sexual behavior is an adjudicative guideline, but it will come up often for folks in the intelligence community. If you're undergoing a polygraph, a full scope polygraph is going to include questions about sexual behavior. If you have watched anything pornographic that makes you feel uncomfortable might be a question. So this is why the Pornhub ban or restrictions are somewhat relevant for security clearance holders. Some are asking, hey, why, can it be accessed in my state? What's going on here? Well, basically, the state of Texas a couple months ago was the latest state to require Pornhub to verify age in order to use the site. Pornhub has come under fire for a long time for issues of illegal content, non-consensual sexual content, content involving underage individuals being posted on the site. So no stranger to legal action. Again, in this case, Texas state legislator, one of, at this point now, I think it's 8 states, what is math? Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Montana, North Carolina, Texas, Utah, and Virginia. So Texas, Utah, Virginia, to restrict. Pornhub is actually, in this case, the one restricting access so that they are compliant with the state laws requiring them to verify certain information. Pornhub has basically said, thanks, but no thanks. We don't want to comply and verify age on the site. So instead, we're just going to restrict access for those IP addresses. So if you have an IP address and you're in one of those states, a lot of military states on that list, no, you cannot access Pornhub. Again, because of those state-issued rules, Pornhub is actually the one restricting access to those IP addresses so that they're seen as complying with the state law and don't come up with issues. This is an issue because when it comes to the content that you're consuming, you do want to make sure that what you're consuming is legal. I feel like Pornhub today is like the Napster of the early 2000s, 1990s. Back in my day, kids, everybody had illegally downloaded content. And we saw some folks, especially those NSA folks coming in, sometimes had issues obtaining a security clearance because of sometimes thousands of dollars worth of pirated content that they would have. So now the question that comes up more and more for, again, IC specifically applicants, your typical DoD applicant is not going to have questions about pornography consumption. But if you're applying for an IC agency position, yes, pornography consumption could come up. It might come up in a polygraph, and you're going to be asked about content that made you feel uncomfortable. So for me, basic restrictions here are wise. This is why those states have taken those steps. Showing an ID to access content or verifying through that. I mean, there's a number of other sites I use. Man, I don't think I could order DoorDash without verifying something. So verifying age is what they're requiring in those states. Pornhub is saying thanks, but no thanks. And Pornhub is actually the one restricting access. So again, just a reminder, what does the Pornhub ban mean to you? Probably nothing, but it's a good time to cleanse your digital palette and make sure that what you're doing online is something that you'd be okay talking about with your mom or your security officer or a polygraph examiner. If it's not, could pose issues far down the road. If it's fine, if you're comfortable with it, if your mom's okay with it, if it's not going to make you squirmy in a polygraph, God be with you. So for more on pornography and your security clearance, why sexual behavior is an adjudicated guideline, and all of those clearance hot topics, visit us over at Clearance Jobs.